Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Tiakum Show. And it is May 6th, Wednesday. I hope everybody have a wonderful Wednesday. Cheers. I went to bed around 9 o'clock last night. Well, first, I did my little workout. And when I say little, I mean little workout. And I kind of stretched. I wish I would have stretched a little bit better before I went to bed. Look at this. My Hachi hair followed me to work. Did I get it? Oh, okay. Anyway. So I had a great night's sleep. I woke up feeling marvelous. You know, have you ever woke up and say, woo, thank God I'm alive? That's how I feel this morning. Even though today is my mom's appointment and I am a little bit nervous. I'm not as nervous as I was last week. The social worker called. She reminded me of the time of the appointment, which I find that is quite hilarious because of, if you watched my video about last week. And so I'm ready. I have someone to come in and work for me. I'm ready for an appointment. And it's like I'm waiting like it's my news. So like I'm waiting on bated breath. And you know what? I have prayed about it. I have talked about it. I have not cried about it, but have been anxious about it. And whatever happens, happens. I know I work in the industry, so I am okay with whatever results that happen. And I just have a feeling that she's going to be okay. And it's going to be another 6 months. And then come back. And I'm going to go through the same roller coaster of emotions. But besides that, I hope you out there in TV land or TikTok land is having a great day. I hope this video catches you in the throes of a wonderful Wednesday. We just had Taco Tuesday. What did y'all eat yesterday? I had Taco Bell. I probably had enough stuff to make tacos in my house, but unfortunately what happened is I got home, I turned on YouTube, and I went to sleep. And I woke up 10 minutes before my daughter walked in the house at 6:30, almost 7 o'clock. So I was not cooking then. Then I got on the grind for followers. And then after that, Taco Bell came into the picture. But what crazy rant should we go on today about? What did I see yesterday that had my attention? Do you know? Okay. So I will go on this real quick because I am kind of running a little bit late. There is like a little time crunch. I have things that I like to do and at a certain time, but I have about 5 minutes. So did you know? Now, you remember growing up and when you went to school, you could have kind of crappy grades, but as long as you got a good SAT score or an ACT score, you were pretty much in like Flint. Like you could be like a B student or a high C student, but for some reason you were idiot savant when it came to your ACTs and SATs. And you put it into that college and that college was like, well, I mean, grades, but wow, test scores. You know, colleges you don't need to send an SAT score anymore or an ACT score. What is happening? I mean, so SAT scores, that was math, reading comprehension, right? Was it just math and reading? I don't know. It's been so long. But now I was listening to NPR on my way home, as one does, trying to stay informed in the news. And on Monday, this is something that has been this is something that I found out a while ago. But on Monday, they were saying colleges are no longer requiring students to send in their SATs or ACTs. What does that mean? So either you need a good grade at school like that with good grades would help you get to that Ivy League college education that you wanted. So now that you're not required, how are they going to say, well, that's a good student? I mean, are they still going to have to be well rounded? Are they still going to have like extracurriculars? Like, what is the bar of colleges now? I have ventured into teacher TikTok before I even got on TikTok, and teachers were talking about how students can't read or don't have reading comprehension, or the new math is just hard. So, how does that setting the bar for education when the one test we did have? Because I, when I was in Texas, we had or being in Texas, or Texas had my education system was in Texas. And as in Texas, we had to do the TOS test. And I remember school before TOS test, where we weren't testing, we didn't have to learn the test. And once we tested towards the test, we could graduate. But the test had nothing to do with the ACTs. It did have reading comprehension, it did have math, and it did have, uh, I think, grammar, English. I don't know, but I know like it had English, but it had different parts, and it had math, but it had different parts of math. And you had to take it in the ninth or 10th grade, which I thought was kind of weird because if you didn't take geometry yet, geometry was on the test, so you would be like, "What the?" You would fail. So I don't understand what are the bars for education now if the highest level of education, college, does not require a standard. Like they were like, oh, you want to get a 1500 on this or a 1900 on that. And colleges really take you serious because that means you're really focused and locked in. So if you are they just teaching towards the state test now? Or I don't know. I mean, I'm not in education. I don't think I could be a teacher, but teachers let me know out there. I know there's a couple of teachers. How is that gonna how or even professors? How what how if we lose a standard, so is idiocracy really happening? Is idiocracy coming to fruition? If you haven't seen the movie Idiocracy, I demand you to see the movie Idiocracy. If you love Terry Crews, I'm going to need you to run to see that movie because I. It's almost time. It's almost that time for me to watch that movie again. Every time I watch it, it used to be funny. Now I'm starting to get like, oh my god, weird. It is happening. That and Terminator. What other movie I feel like is coming to real to fruition? So far, they're so soon. So far, they're so soon. But have a wonderful Wednesday. We're about to be over that hump. All my kidney warriors out there, hold tight. You have just a couple more days of treatment before you get 2 days off. Rest, relax, put your feet up. If you're at home today, get them followers, crush your goals, and do everything. I say everything that you want to get done today. Because you know why? I believe in you, kid.